Good morning, gamers, and today we're going to continue the series of Ayakashi Akashi this Yone. Oh, yeah, we're going to continue now. Oh, so we got this one, right? We got 1R and 34, which is kind of a bit nice. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, so we're here now, right? Okay, so we're going out to the library and we're going to find something else. You need to talking over here. Let's talk. I guess we just need to know more about themselves right in order to move forward. Mr. Yoinara? Oh, sorry, didn't mean to intrude on anything. There's just some time until class is over, so I thought we could talk. Would you consider yourself able to comment on girls' conversation, Yui-chan? Can't say I'm confident about that. Even if you were confident enough to say yes, that'd be pretty startling. It's amazing how you never run out of things to talk about, yeah. Really, I just read magazines and watch TV and come across lots of things I want to talk about with people. There's a lot of places here that seem to have tasty food. Got it right, even though a bunch of people have left since that incident. It makes me wonder how they keep their businesses running. Yeah, well, the streets around Kent and Bashi are still busy. Plus, it's just fewer people, there's still buses and trains. This is a big of a hindrance to people's livelihood, I guess. More and more stores are closing, though. I wonder if there's a way things could get busier here again. But I like when there's not as many people, it lets me relax. Because there's no one else around, Iya-chan. I can play less with you and everyone else. Woohoo, Yuki-chan. Yuki! Yeah, you're right. Oh shit, yeah, she's into Yuri. She's into Yuri. I like it too, Yuki. Huh? Fair enough, it's extremely difficult to intrude on this conversation. Is there anyone you like, Mr. Yoinara? Eh? Oh, I'm kinda curious, like Kono-chan's really pretty, right? Kono Hazuka, the music teacher, I mean she is. And a good teacher too. But... that's really what I think, I don't especially feel anything, plus she might be afraid of me. Why? Yeah, you do seem to be feared by most people but us. But if you think about it, you can study and you're pretty athletic, Yui-chan. Yeah, sure. Dependable guy like you, you're more popular. I feel like... Are you sure it isn't because you don't smile much? Ah, that's the ticket. Gotta do like this. I go this, Yui-chan. Well, this is sudden. I can puzzle force a smile. Guess I'll try to force it. Like this? Kona kanji. It's kinda, well, it's better than usual, I think. That's what I was thinking. I can even pull up an insincere smile, right? We will smile that little? What, were you not actually aware of it? Even when you're mad, you don't feel very mad, Mr. Yoinara. Yes, well, as a teacher, isn't that proper? No, when you're like quietly angry, that's actually scarier. And again, like, it seems people in our generation, or at least our class, aren't that bothered by it. I wonder if that's the reason it keeps reoccurring. Maybe there are just a lot of us who are kind of self-centered. Everyone has a clear idea of their opinions and what they like to do. I might be a little jealous. You don't, Yuki? I wanna sleep forever. Classic Yuki. Yeah, that's not a subject we can talk about. Well, even if they cause some trouble, our classmates aren't bad kids. Probably. I consider them to be vicious even if they lack ill intent. Were you mischievous as a kid, Yoi-chan? My grandmother was a harsh person, so I was obedient to avoid her wrath. Oh, then maybe being scary when you're angry is effective? Then again, when you get scary, even I think it's a little much. I just want people other than us to know you're a good guy, Yoi-chan. It's never felt like a big deal to me. You don't need to worry about it. But I wanna just like, for the sake of my own feelings, I can't stomach people being afraid of you just cause of what's on the surface. I made plenty happiness by the fact you feel that way. Thanks. Looks like Ia-chan still can accept it. First things first, I'm surprised you trust me that much. Yeah, she's really concerned for you, Mr. Yoinara. Because you're a good teacher. You don't intrude on things that she doesn't want brought up. But that's... well, okay, fine. Okay, fine. It's nice, dude. Nice in that part. Okay, so we're done with this one. This one. Lesson 19. Oh, I like this one. Let's do this. Oh, if it isn't Professor Yoinara. Lesson 19. That's a rare combination. Oh, I believe us to have a considerable companionship. Indeed, I suspect you would say that no matter who I was with, Mr. Yoinara. Well, but if you were chatting it up with Rokoto, I might think there'd be a cataclysm on the horizon or something. I must agree with you there. If you ask me, that might be a case of disliking those who remind you of yourself. And I will not deny that either. Humans are strange creatures, fighting with one another due to none other than their own resemblance. You say that like you've had a sudden revelation, Tina. Well, I also believe you view things in a more objective way than the others. I could see the same of Sir Rokoto. It's like you're always taking a step back to observe a full picture. Though, Mr. Sir Rokoto's proficiency is then proceeding to make attacks on people. You think one's mouth can endlessly spout such sarcasm, targeted at so many people. I can respect it, in a way. I think you're no slouch yourself. Yes, but I believe you couldn't do that without knowing what kind of person you're dealing with. I'm envious as can be of that supreme level of insight. Come to think of it, Werewolf is a game that places an emphasis on that. Indeed, and such is why Sir Rokoto and Lady Tina were so powerful. There were also numerous players then that were all too easy to figure out. Madame Kashima is quite emotional, and Sir Zero may appear hard to read, but his expression tell all. Even Madame Sesana tends to show with her face when she's feeling tense. Sir Rokoto never trusts anyone to begin with, almost as if he's given up on relating with others. Could something have happened regarding your own relationships, Mr. Yoinara? What makes you think that? You intentionally or no, I think unconsciously, it appears as if you're holding back your expressions or emotion. And from the pause in your last statement, I wonder if you aren't somewhat aware. Whoa, would you look at that? Where can one buy such a keen eye? Mine be called my pedigree, for I must put on the perfect look in my dealings with other people. I'm good at investigating, but it's hard to know how to teach myself such powers of conjecture. Humans aren't creatures one can define and divide into some number of categories after all. I suppose one should first start by knowing their own self well, before they turn to others. Your own self? Indeed so, Mr. Yoinara. Could I ask you to offer your services as a teacher? When one confronts themselves, should they be looking, do you think? When confronting yourself at the parts you like? At the parts you like, maybe? Oh dear, that's too bad. I suppose that's the level you're on after all, Mr. Yoinara. Sounds like it wasn't correct. I many things you dislike about yourself. Oh, that's not good. It's what Potter told me. He said to even treat others as mirrors, and know yourself as best as you can. I get it. That must be a cause in disliking those similar to you too. It strengthens one's mind, the longer you can look at yourself. It doesn't seem like your spirit would be the first thing to give in. And when you grow accustomed to peering within your own depths, you naturally start to see what others are hiding and what they dislike. For people's very natures reside in those depths. You see, I've learned a lot, haven't you, Mr. Yoinara? I mean, it might prove necessary for this situation, but... that's right. If I might append something to my observations about Mr. Yoinara earlier, I might even think that he's keeping up with himself. Keeping up, you say? Sorry, but you got that wrong. I'm more unwilling to resign myself than you think. That's too bad. Even I have a ways to go, perhaps. Incidentally, I wasn't aware that my tenseness slowed down my pace. Indeed, but it is difficult to be aware of actions you do subconsciously or on instinct. What words would stimulate your depths in which situations? We affirm that, and werewolf is a piece of cake. I get it. I've learned much from this. Now the next time I play werewolf, I'll pulverize, scandalize, and mesmerize. Is scandalizing really necessary? You make a good point. Haha. I look forward to the next time we can contend, Madame Sesana. Yes, absolutely. I have my honor to uphold, and so I refuse to lose in a game of my own suggestion. Was it you who spread the game, Sesana? I brought in pretty much of all of the tabletop games you see played at school. There are many others, so I encourage you to try them yourself. You aren't too busy during summer break, are you? When I'm in the classroom, maybe? Then I will speak to you then. If I kept playing games like Burrow, I could see myself getting tired out by all the suspicion. And actually, wasn't bringing games into school supposed to be banned? Hey, nice to do this, eh? Yeah, this one here. I would like to know this one. That is this guy. Okay, Naki and Karata are talking over here. Let's go. Hey, it's Mr. Yoinara. What's up? No, no. Oh, I got time until I can leave, so I just thought I'd take it easy. Well, I was just talking with Naki here. Yep, nothing interesting though. That locket picking up yours was pretty amazing though. So like, do you do your own stunts? I'll do a certain level of action, but not anything that could really hurt. So you do repeats in that case. Yeah, I'd hate not being able to attend school more than anything. Even so, we haven't been able to hang out as much as old times. What kicked things off for you? An audition? No, I was scouted. Well, I was out somewhere a bit far from here. Oh, so yeah! Well, you were working so hard. I'm over here like, this food's tasty. I'd still call it happiness. I've been so busy lately. Often I've had to get by on like a sandwich from a convenience store. It's that right? That'd be rough for me. Well, once this case is settled, let's all go out for something tasty. Maybe is this gonna happen perhaps, or something bad? No? Maybe, I don't know. Earth-kun, I'm guessing your recommendation would be a temporary place again? I mean, hey! You've added a bunch of them in the past few years. Do you have any favorite food, Snacky? Eh, me? Watashi? I'm not picky. Is there anything I especially like? Maybe strawberries? Ichigo? Ichigo kana? Sounds like the answer an idol keep. About the most I can do per meal is eat a bunch of strawberries, so... Oh, then maybe you should get a giant parfait at the cafe. Do they make giant parfaits? Yeah, they're super huge. The other day, it took 5 of us boys working together to take one down. I bet Zero can eat plenty though. Now, well, with sweets, it's bad to ingest too much at once. Yeah, true. That's not good, sweets. Am I gonna be okay after that? Sure, the flavor was good. It makes you want to eat till you drop. I was wondering what kinds of fun could be had in a rural town, but it sounds like you do plenty. No karaoke or bowling or anything though. As long as it has a train station, I think it's fine. Good point. Karata-kun, do you have any dreams for your future? Out of nowhere. My old man always pressures me to inherit the family business. I don't see it happening though. I see, we're too immature to resist our parents still. Oh yeah, what about Mr. Yoinara? You know, dreams and stuff? My dreams? Yume kana? Yeah, tell us. I'm kind of curious myself. The master my current job, I'd like to do something else elsewhere. That's kind of a bit nice. Well, sometimes I feel like doing something different elsewhere. Like when you don't want to do a lesson. Well, that's fine, but maybe not worded in the best way. Let's see, if I weren't being locked in by my family, I might aspire to being a teacher myself. I see, you can generally accomplish anything, I find, so I think can be highly valued here. They could really stand to be a few more teachers around here, yeah. There's a lot to the job, and it's physically and mentally demanding. I respect those who do it myself. I think Riku's better at teaching though, or maybe the rest of us. Excuse me. Well, but I have to say that Mr. Yoinara's great as well. He always gets to the gist of things for me. Always said what you're doing when you stay after class. It's probably just my nature, but I've always sought efficiency. Whoa, can you cook too? There's this handy thing they call meal delivery these days. Okay, say no more. Man, but really, there sure are a lot of great restaurants around. It makes you want to eat real bad. Karata's just talking about food non-stop. Granted, Naki's diet is cause for concern. Concert? This one. Let's go here. Ready, Zero? Zero in Haida. Okay, so they form into groups, or forms into twos. What's this? Were you worried for height to Mr. Yoinara? I guess worry is applicable, sure. It's fine, I've calmed down a bunch. Whew, I'm really not cut out for this. Hey, you keep bringing it too. In fact, the strange thing here is how the rest of them can bear it. Yes, indeed. Some of my classmates even think it was a dream, because there are many of them who have always been interested in this sort of occult business. Yeah, even back in grade school, we did stuff like tests of courage and expeditions in the night. Did we do those actually in the past? Maybe not. We just basically playing random things. But yeah, so it's dangerous. Some would say you learn danger by getting hurt. That is experience. In reality, whoa, I can handle scary stuff, but I like sharing that intense excitement with everybody. Actually, when Zero's there, it's wild how relieved I feel. He always did send me out in front. So you don't know any peer? I find people who abruptly pick fights with me all day more scary, painful, and unpleasant than anything. I end the scene. That's rough. But think, when Zero himself is so nice, like he even slows his pace to match mine. He lacks stamina after all. Walking is tiring, okay? And how does that work out for you when you're going to concerts? When it comes to that, I got a hollow leg. Or an extra pair of legs, I guess? So in addition to break a leg, there's also spare 2 legs. You're really mixing your sayings here. You know, Zero, you're pretty muscular. Do you work out? Indeed, it's important to build strength. You almost always slack up during swimming lessons and PE. I don't teach secondary subjects, so I wasn't aware. You're a slacker when it comes to all those, eh? That's a mean way to put it. I got terrible asthma, so I can't push myself too much, but why are you going to concerts? Jesus Christ. I see I can't help that. I got worse at one point. He was in the hospital for a time. Yeah, I never expected it to get so bad so quickly. Was it some other sickness to blame? I wonder if I got cursed during a test of courage? If that were it, I should have gotten cursed too, right? No, I mean, maybe... Mr. Yoinara, do you dislike the occult? Dislike? When you put it like that, maybe. Oh, but it sure sounds like your job is to do with that stuff. The gender thing? Hey, which part don't you like? What do I dislike about the occult? How the truth of it is unclear, how it's intentionally threatening. How the truth of it is unclear. I wonder maybe how I'm not sure of what it really is. But there's even humans who I really don't comprehend. Indeed, to be strangers is crazy. In grade school, did you ever meet a ghost during a test of courage or anything? Did I ever? I feel there were things along those lines, but after the fact, it typically starts to feel like they were just imagined. Yeah, that's how it goes. The scarier part of me was when my mom found out I snuck out at night and got mad. I too was yelled upon being found out. True, in Japan, they say fires are as scary as earthquakes, thunder, and fires. But I suppose it's an era of mothers now. What about you, Mr. Yoinara? Is your wife scary? Hey, I'm single. My grandmother was harsh though. We're the same in having someone as frightening when angry then. You may have conflicts from time to time, but try not to put too much worry on people who are thinking of you. That's true. Everybody's getting a little less mischievous since they entered middle school. Personally, you still seem pretty mischievous to me. You may only know us from middle school on, Mr. Yoinara, but trust that it is much preferable to our grade school selves. The hardships their grade school teachers face must be immeasurable. I see, ne? Alright, we have 2 more. There's a lot, dude. Okay, Kashima, okay. No, wait a minute. So what do you got here? Riku and Rock. Okay, yeah, let's go with this one. Did we talk about those? Okay. Okay. Well, what's up, Yoi-chan? I was just curious what you were talking about. I was asking about earlier, and like I was saying, nothing fun happened or anything. Whether you did anything fun or not is not what I was asking. You live so seriously, Riku-chan. Isn't it better to do stuff in life? If making people feel terrible is your idea of a fun time, I reserve the right to despise it. Oh man, that's a shame, because I don't hate you, Riku-chan. But I take it you don't like me either. Oops, you got me. If we keep that nonsense up, even Zero's good gracious will run out someday. Hey, that bridge will burn when we get to it. I truly can't understand why you two get along. I can't figure it out either. Why you and Karita-chan get along, that is. True, I believe Karita only recently transferred here in first year. I mean, we can just ask a thing like that. What can I say? Karita and I, we suit each other. Then that's what I'll say about me and Zero too. After what I saw earlier, it's hard to just agree with that. You two fight? It's mostly just Zero getting mad at me. I never really had complaints about Zero myself. Must be rough for Zero. Almost makes me pity him. Yeah, I gotta admit, he's a real softie. I suppose I have similar feelings about Karita too. Say, Yoi-chan, what do you think of these sorts of inescapable relationships? Well, that was sudden. Inescapable relationships? It's hopeless but ultimately good. Indescribable couldn't even answer. They're sort of hopeless, but I believe they can be for the best. Yep, I agree that they're for the best. Hard to put them into words, but good even so. I guess that's true. Come to think of it, have you even got friends this weekend? That's a rude question. I got people I got drinking with. Though since becoming a teacher, this got more in common. Also, we got no friends here. Why so? What about the other teachers? They keep their distance oddly, or maybe they're concerned for me. Concerns again? Yeah, you sure do keep an approachable as a first impression, Yui-chan. He's right. Though, talking with you like this, you just strike me as a worn-out, middle-aged guy. That's a bad impression in its own way. But still, like I said earlier, Karita and I have only been friends starting in middle school. It hasn't really been long enough to say our relationship is inescapable. Right, that's true. But Karita was quick to fit in. There's only a handful of kids his age, and many of the people here are kind, with some exceptions. There's some cruel kids too. Come to think of it, you also transferred in the middle of grade school, didn't you, Rokuro? Yep, in 5th grade. Good to you now, good job fitting in. He's only a quiet type at first, and at some point he started to talk. No, rather it's like he was chanting incantations of some sort. Hey now, that was just proof that we were getting along. Thinking of it that way, maybe the class as a whole is in inescapable relationships. We're a tight-knit community. I see. All told, the two have a lot to say about it, but they don't seem to think badly of each other. You know this, Okay, so we got the 5, and the last one is Kashima and Minnow. Very nice. Okay, nice. Very last one. The last one, this thing. Oh, Mr. Yoinara, you wanna play too? It wasn't my intent to be playing. What were you up to? Reading these books on yokai, even besides your goal, they're just very intriguing. That's pictures. Fun stuff. They're not manga, you know. Is Mr. Yoinara an Ayakashi too? No, senders are different from Ayakashi. You do have a slightly different air from your average human, Mr. Yoinara. I'm uncertain about how I should interpret that. Well, my grandmother was at times called a demon child. I didn't mean to bring up bad memories. Come in. No, it's fine. It's getting that response that feels more ippy than anything. But not many heroes of justice takes on human forms. I got no connection with the kinds of heroes you're talking about. But does that mean a support? Wait, but Ayakashi don't take human forms either? Maybe she wasn't particularly trying to support me then. I always took you for a realist, Kashima. The sort of who would just snort at this sort of stuff. Look, even I've got curiosities and interests. Who doesn't? Even I even have some degree of interest in this sort of occult folklore. I mean, if you're kind of like curious on something, then yeah, you gotta get the hang of it and get the interest. Only as interesting stories, of course. It's not like I believe at all. Mino believes, but she sees things. You can see, huh? I have heard animals are better than humans at seeing such things. Wait, but Mino's not an animal? Mino, I believe you only came here for middle school, so you don't know much about this area, do you? Don't know about the world below. What are you, a god? Hey, so what was Kashima like before? Me? I was so different from now, I think. I've only known you since middle school myself, Kashima. People who've known me since grade school to tell me I look different. Oh, in what sense? It used to be short, my hair I mean. Though my pants are still short now, since they get in the way. I always figure people like Yuki must have a hard time taking care of their hair. Right, when you put it that way, I can't understand. Minno's bangs get in the way too, but she could cut them good like Kashima. Don't just make one big cut. Straighten it out little at a time. Personally, I'm curious about what you used to be like, Mr. Yoinara. Me? Well, I wasn't born here and came here later in life. Also, my previous jobs kept me busy, so I was a workaholic. Work hard on teaching too? Sure do. With you as my class, I'm busy every day. Naruhodo. Then Mr. Yoinara, do you ever regret changing? Regret? Maybe. I mean, we do all have our regrets. As a human, of course. I've had some regrets. So there, ne? I don't remember. So she's got not past to look back on? The reason I changed didn't come from myself, but rather it had to do with other people. Well, the worst thing to do would be to put the blame on someone else. Feeling troubled? We don't hear any troubles. No, I'd like to handle it myself as much as possible. I don't believe it's a good thing to be over-reliant. I feel you're always giving quite an effort, Kashima. And Mino? You are too, Mino. In all sorts of ways. That's right. Possibly pushing on by yourself makes it difficult to tell if you're on the right path or not. I bet you have a lot of hardships yourself, Mr. Yoinara. Being an adult must be tough. Adults are more fragile than you might think. After all, things break the longer you keep using them, right? Mr. Yoinara, are you breaking down? No, I'm okay. But I need to take care to periodically examine myself so that doesn't happen. Indeed, humans need maintenance, or else they'll pull apart. Mino will maintain ants too. I feel like Mino's already got one foot on the runaway express train. So, that's kind of been a lot actually. So, excuse me, I'm gonna go end it one now. Game was very nice, but that's actually a big chunk to actually get that one. There's people over here. So maybe, you know, in the next part, you know something's gonna happen right now. You know something's gonna happen, but right now I'm gonna go end this one on Gamers. Like, subscribe, all those shits, comment, notification bell. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye bye, Johnny Matan.